I thought I was rather polite about it. I thought it was cool.
Let's get to it. All right, man. So before we get started with the video, I want to give a shout out to Gervonta Davis, man. Somebody who has surpassed Canelo Alvarez in pay-per-view sales. On August 26, 2017, Gervonta Tank Davis fought Francisco Fonseca. Now, if you guys remember that day, that's the date that Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor, and they did 4.5 million pay-per-view buys. Tank was the co-main event. So, with the recent changes in credibility when it comes to pay-per-view buys or viewership, now Tank is now over Canelo Alvarez when it comes to pay-per-view buys because he was the co-main event. So that definitely means that he gets that credit too. So Tank 4.5 million pay-per-view buys, that's pretty good, way more than what Canelo has ever done. And speaking of Clarissa Shields, we got Cameron talking about Clarissa Shields once again on his podcast called It Is What It Is. Now, this was after they had the whole little thing that was posting stuff on the internet, posting memes about each other or whatever. So when he came out, everybody thought he was gonna go hard on her, but he really didn't. He just came out and started explaining what happened and how it got to that point. And then they still was trying to invite her on the show. Clarissa Shields already said she don't want to come on the show because he already didn't disrespect her, which he did by calling her the B word. But I thought he was going to go off on her, and he probably didn't because, I mean, I guess he didn't know that she was going to dig up the stuff that she dug up. The fact that he got his chain taken by True Life, and the fact that he said that he also got shot and got his Lamborghini took. Now, he tried to allude to the fact that that didn't happen, but he never said it didn't happen. He didn't say I never got my chain took by True Life. He just said she needs to get her facts straight. That's all he said. But he never denied it. So I guess he didn't want her to dive even deeper into that. So he didn't really go off on her. He was just explaining how they got up to that point. And then it said like he got a little pressed because Mace said, Clarissa Shields, you know what I'm saying, we want to hear your side of the story. You know, you're welcome to come to the show or whatever. And he said like he got a little pressed, especially when Mace said, come on to the show and put him in his place. Then Cameron started saying stuff like, everybody who's tried have died. Everybody who's tried have died. Like, bro, you ain't finna kill nobody. Chill out. Especially not a female boxer. Chill out. But it seems like he wanted Mason them to just automatically be on his side. He seemed like he didn't want them to be neutral. It seemed like he didn't want them to be unbiased. He wanted them to be biased, and he wanted them to be on his side. That's why it sounded like he got kind of pressed right here. Check it out.
None of it is personal with me. I know that. And to her defense, if you would like to come up, Clarissa, you're more than welcome. I'm letting you know that. Killer let you know that. Feel free to come up here because I would love to see you, you know, talk to Killer and put him in his place, you know, put him in his place.
A lot of people tried, a lot of people died.
Yeah, I've been around Killer a long time. I never seen a lady put him in his place. So we want this to be a place where everybody could bring their views to the table. Nobody has to let one view dominate the conversation. I think that's what makes healthy conversation, when everybody is able to say how they feel.
And one thing I'm going to say before we move on, May's view is May's view, Stab view is Stab view. I don't necessarily agree with their view all the time neither.
Yeah.
Like right now, I don't have to agree with them because a lot of shit done got watered down on this show, my opinion. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. So come on up. Mace could be politically correct like he's talking, and I'm gonna be me, like I'm me. So come on up. So let them be. We don't all have the same opinion.
Oh, Killer, so I'm not saying I got a different opinion. Like, I don't want to hear the conversation. I'm for it. You know me, right? I'm for it. I believe that's how you bring the best pause out of people. Is let people figure it out, you know? So we keep that same energy for everybody. So, you know, just so Killer know that. We keeping that same energy with everybody. It don't matter who it is.
So what do you guys think? I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't get pressed. Seemed like he did to me, but it is what it is. But I hope Clarissa Shields do decide to come on the show. And if you watch the whole show, Cameron also said that Amanda Serrano and Jake Paul going to be coming on the show. I don't think Cameron going to put Jake Paul in his place, but I hope Mace still be a real nigga and and put Jake Paul in his place if Jake Paul started trying to talk trash about Clarissa Shields. I don't think Amanda Serrano going to try to talk trash about her, but I think that Jake Paul going to try to talk trash about her, and I hope that Mace put him in his place, because he definitely going to try to disrespect Clarissa Shields. And I'm talking about Jake Paul. Then we got Bill Haney, Devin Haney's dad. Listen, he was on Vlad TV, and of course they can't keep Tank names out of their mouth. I was trying to get in the benefit of the doubt, but it seems like they really can't keep Tank name out of their mouth. And I know somebody's gonna say, bro, he asked him about Tank. He asked him about Tank. Okay, but it don't mean you have to start throwing shots and try to throw shade and stuff like that. Talking about who is Lamont Roach. Like you don't know who Lamont Roach is. Then he came out and said, I'm just playing, I know him. Nigga, we knew you knew him. Then he tried to say, who is Frank Martin? Nigga, you know Frank Martin, stop it. Stop acting like you guys didn't know these people. Stop acting like you don't know Frank Martin. No, Frank Martin was already known before he fought Tank. Stop it. Now, I ain't saying he was a big star or nothing, but I'm saying anybody who know anything about boxing, you knew Frank Martin. And this before he fought Tank. But the reason why I'm talking about this, because the part that gets to me is when he said this right here. Check it out.
Gervonta and Shakur Stevenson agreed to fight. Now, that's a name I know. Do you expect that to happen?
No.
Why is that?
I mean, because have they announced, have you heard Tank say that he was going to fight?
It's not official yet.
No, okay, so no.
Okay. What do you think would happen in that fight?
It would be a good fight.
I think Tank would take that.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
No, I think Tank is avoiding real boxers. Right? He's avoiding them for a reason. Right? I think that
he wants to keep his perfect record?
Yeah, I think that's a 50 fight. 50-50 fight. True 50-50 fight.
As you can see, he's talking about some Tank don't fight real boxers, or he's afraid of real boxers. How? What's a real boxer? What do you consider a real boxer? Because every guy he's fought, from my knowledge, were real boxers. I mean, from my knowledge, these guys wasn't somebody who was just dipping in and dipping out of boxing. These wasn't people who wasn't seasoned. No, his last couple fights were people who were seasoned. These were people who were undefeated. So what are you talking about, real boxers? Oh, you talking about people who are champions? Is that what you're talking about? Because he fought Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia wasn't a champion, but Ryan Garcia also just beat your son. I mean, is Ryan Garcia a real boxer? And I don't want to hear that crap about, well, Ryan Garcia was drained. I already told you guys. He the one that called Tank out at 135. He the one that said, you ain't never fought at 135 in your life. This different. I'ma always bring that up. Every time somebody try to talk about him being drained, I'ma always bring that up. So what are you talking about, Bill Haney, that he ain't fought no real boxers? Just expound on what you're talking about. Because stop trying to make it seem like that your son ain't never fought nobody who wasn't a champ. Stop trying to make it seem like your son ain't never fought nobody who wasn't a real threat to him. I mean, let's be real. Was Regis Prograis a real threat? Let's just be honest about the situation. You know he wasn't. I mean, I know he had the belt, but you know he wasn't a real threat. So stop it. Stop trying to find every little way to try to hate on Tank. Stop trying to find every little way to try to make it seem like that Tank is afraid of your son. Because I'm more than positive that nobody in this boxing community is afraid of Devin Haney. That's just how I feel about the situation.